Today, on Be Something Wonderful, End the Manifesting Struggle. Biggest reality shifting video ever. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Another big one this morning, right here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas. I want to talk about a client that I had spoken with several months ago. And her story was one of struggling with manifesting. This had to do with a specific person and her moving into her own home, right? She had been living in an apartment. With her specific person, it was just off and on, hot and cold, weeks gone by of no contact, third parties here and there, all of the things that we talk about with specific persons. We're trying to manifest them. And she was really quite exhausted with the struggle. And our conversation was this. She goes, Tom, what's keeping it away? What's standing between me and everything I want? And I said, the only thing, this is the sessions that we had together several weeks ago. The only thing that's standing between you and everything you want is your I am awareness, is your awareness of it. Hear this again. We talked about the vertical. We talked about this idea that, yes, you're having this horizontal experience that feels like you have to manifest things and attract things. But you exist in a vertical reality that you're already that person you desire to be. Everything you want is already there. So there's nothing between you and everything you want, except your lack of awareness of it. So there's nothing in between it but awareness. So not even lack of awareness is in between it. Not even your lack of awareness is blocking anything. Because the only thing between everything you want is your awareness of being, is Jesus Christ, that Christ within you, that awareness of already being that person you want to be. She got it. And they're now, so now the deal is her and her specific person are now living together in a house that he picked out with her. It's something he wanted to get his own place. He was also living in an apartment. And they were both addicted to Netflix, right? Who isn't, I guess? And her only imaginal scene as she stepped in this vertical was that her curled up on the sofa with him watching Netflix, right? In their own place. Well, now they're in their own place. They found the home together. There's no plans to get married yet, nothing like that, but they're together, living together in this place that they both picked out. This is big. So she said, Tom, the struggle's over. I love that she said that. There's nothing between me and what I want except my awareness of it. I am the vertical. I'm going to show you this today because we did a big unpacking in our session today of everything that moved her within to have this awareness, to have this realization that she is the vertical, that she's always in the vertical, that she's not separate from any of it. How do I know that I'm occupying my new identity, that I have shifted to a new reality and version of myself? That was the question several weeks ago, several months ago now, really, of what was the question? How do I know when I'm occupying my new identity? How do I know that I am that new identity? How do I know I'm in that new reality? This question comes up a lot. Remember, you're always shifting identities and realities. Billions of frames. There's the frame of reality. There you are, right? Per second in every moment of that one moment of now. There's only one moment in time. And that's that we see that one moment from infinite perspectives, infinite vantage points and viewpoints. But there's only one moment. And do you see the frame's always changing. You're always changing. That's why I have them dotted, right? Those are changing every moment. So the question isn't, Have I shifted? You're always shifting. You're always shifting frames or realities and identities. There's no question about that. So you've shifted. So the question is then, because you've shifted, the only question is, how are you seeing yourself in others in the world right now? Because it's your perception, your viewpoint, your vantage point, your perspective of reality that determines your experience of reality. This is what she really got, right? That's what changed everything for her, right? She was just in the struggle of believing she's in this horizontal linear experience and trying to change that. As she started imagining from that idea that there's nothing between her and what she wants, only her awareness is in between. Her awareness is the bridge to everything she wants. That's powerful today. You're perceiving, how you perceive your reality, others in the world. Are you seeing and perceiving yourself and others in the world as you desire it to be, and as you and they appear to be? Do you see it? Her focus was on that horizontal appearances. She wasn't seeing it and perceiving herself from that new identity, from that new reality, from the vertical of already being it. Rather, she was viewing it from the appearances that appear to be out there, right? Do not judge according to appearance. This is why Jesus said that, but judge with righteous judgment. In other words, do not see and perceive yourself, others in the world, according to the appearances, but see them and perceive them with that righteous perception, from wish fulfilled, from already knowing that you're that person, from seeing things the way you would want them to be. See from that vantage point, that perspective. That's the power of any imaginal scene, any affirmation, any assumption. It's seeing it from that end. It's seeing it from that imagined scene is your reality. That is everything, right? To see or judge reality as you would like it to be, not as it appears to be. We've talked about this idea many times, right? And again, it's not that Jesus was saying, do not judge according to appearance. He's not telling you that's wrong or that's right. But you can't possibly judge anything by appearance. That's the horizontal experience. That's not reality, that's an experience of reality. That's the experience of that vertical being that you are. That vertical reality, that's the only reality, right? See reality, judge it, perceive it as you would like it to be. That's righteous judgment, not as it appears to be. So this is Florence Scovel's shin. That quote came up yesterday's session, and I love it, right? I'm unmoved by appearances, therefore appearances move. She became unmoved by the horizontal experience, knowing that that's an experience that's coming from within her, from that vertical being that she is. Because when you're unmoved by appearances, you move appearances. They change. Reality rearranges itself around who you're being. We're going to show this today. Every time you see and perceive yourself, others in the world, as you would like them to be, not as they appear to be, you're performing a miracle. We had this discussion yesterday, right? It's a miracle. Your perception's a miracle. When you imagine, assume, affirm, and see reality as you would like it to be, you're performing a miracle. You're rearranging time and space. You're rearranging those appearances. Wow. You're moving or changing appearances by rearranging time and space. This is what A Course in Miracles says. This is why I love this. When you perform a miracle, I will rearrange both time and space to adjust to it. Remember, it's a text. The Course in Miracles is a channeled text, channeling Jesus Christ, that I am awareness, right? When you perform a miracle, I will rearrange both time and space to adjust to it. In other words, your awareness of being rearranges time and space around you performing that miracle. What's the miracle? Seeing reality as you desire to see it. Seeing reality as you would like it to be. That's the miracle. You're performing that miracle, and that I am awareness within you rearranges time and space around that. Every time you see things, hear this, as you would like them to be. Every time you see others as you would like them to be. Every time you see yourself in the world as you would like it to be, you're performing a miracle. And that Christ within you, that I am awareness, that power within you rearranges time and space to adjust to that miracle. Wow, that's the miracle, your preferred identity. Woo. So, and I've showed this, but probably never like I'm going to show it today. This is the vertical. This is who you really are. You are a vertical being, infinite, all that is, having a horizontal experience. In fact, that horizontal experience is your experience of that one reality. That's how you experience it, through this horizontal experience. Right? You're having a horizontal physical experience as the Son of Man. Right? You have the Father, Source, pure awareness, the one and only reality. That's the absolute isness of reality. Pure consciousness, pure awareness, not aware of anything else but itself. Then there's God's Son, the first manifestation. You as God's Son, that I am awareness, the Son of God, made in God's image, the perfect image of that pure awareness of the Father of Source is the I am awareness. Right? It's the perfect image of God, the Son of God. I am awareness. Right? That's representing that I am awareness, that Christ, Jesus Christ, that right Christ within you. Then you have your identity as I am awareness, you identifying as I am awareness. That creates this physical experience of that awareness of being, of that one reality. The Son of Man having the horizontal experience, you identifying in your imagination with your assumptions, with your beliefs, with your affirmations, creating this physical experience. This blue is the physical, that seems like the physical solid 3D experience. The dotted blue line is you identifying as the Son of Man, identifying with their ideal, as the Son of God working through you. The Son of God and the Son of Man are one. Remember, they referred to Jesus as both the Son of Man and the Son of God. That's what this represents. It's the bridge. That's what's between you and your physical experience of what you desire. It's that. It's only your awareness of being, only your identification as both the Son of Man in this physical experience and the Son of God as that vertical reality. Wow. Do you see this? Do you see it? And so that physical experience is you identifying as the Son of Man and the Son of God, imagining your fulfillment. And then you remember what happens when you do this. What happens here, who you decide you are, creates your linear horizontal past and your linear horizontal future right now, in the now moment, what we call the present. But we look at the present as like a placeholder. But it's not. It's more than that. It's the vertical. It's the only moment there is. It's the now moment. You creating both as you change or determine who you are as the Son of Man and the Son of God, imagining your fulfillment, imagining your wish fulfilled. You then rearrange time and space. You create a new horizontal experience that makes more sense to who you're being now, and a new horizontal future, or linear future that makes sense to who you're being now. Because it's all now. Do you see it? You create the past and future from that present moment. You identifying as both the Son of Man and the Son of God. But it's right here in that identity. Do you see it? That horizontal, linear physical experience with the Son of Man, right? creating that entire experience of your reality. We're going to get back to this, but this is a beautiful example, a beautiful picture, I think it is, of your vertical experience, right? Your horizontal experience, but your vertical nature, the true nature of who you are. That's what it means to ask in my name. Ask in my name or my nature, your true nature as that vertical being. That's powerful today. Jesus, your I am awareness of being. This is what A Course in Miracles says. This is what Jesus is saying in A Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles. It's a quote from the Course in Miracles. This is your awareness of being talking through this channeled text. There is nothing about me that you cannot attain. Wow. I have nothing that does not come from God. The difference between us now is that I have nothing else. This leaves me in a state which is only potential in you. Wow. So what is that I am awareness? That's that realized potential of all realities, all identities, all possibilities, all identities are already realized in you. So hear it again. There's nothing about me that you cannot attain. I have nothing that does not come from God. That's what this vertical is showing. That's Jesus, I am awareness, the Son of God talking through that text, right? And he says, I have nothing that does not come from God. The difference between us now, the difference between you as the Son of Man and the Son of God, right, is that I have nothing else. This leaves me in a state which is only potential in you. You are all potential to be anything you want to identify with as the Son of Man, having that horizontal experience. It's always changing. It's always in potential. And Jesus is that realized potential, meaning the realized all identities, all possibilities are already realized. That's what it means to be a fully realized being, already realized as the Son of God. That's powerful. So you can't be or have more than who you already are. That's why Jesus says here in the Course in Miracles, I have nothing else. In other words, I am everything. But in you, it's pure potential to be anything or everything. This leaves me in a state, all that is, all realized potential. That's what Jesus meant. That's only potential in you, but only is a cool thing to say because it's all everything, right? To be aware as the Son of God. That's powerful. That reminds me of that in John 14:2, what Jesus says in Scripture. He who believes in me, the works that I do, he will do also. Greater works than these he will do because I go to the Father. I go to Source. I go to the Father. Right here, Source. He who believes in me, in other words, he who is aware as that I am awareness, as that being, that pure potential, that being. The works that I do, he will also do in greater works because I go to the Father. In other words, what Jesus is saying is, I am already in that, I am in a state that I have nothing else. I am in a fully realized state. So it's you now that will realize these works and even greater works as you identify with that pure potential that I am and that you are also, because I go to the Father. Wow, that's why he said here, there's nothing about me that you cannot attain. That's the bridge. There's you. There's Jesus. There's Source. There's nothing between you and everything you want except your awareness of it as the Son of Man and the Son of God. That's beautiful, and that's big. Beautiful and big, the big B's. No one cometh, no man, this is what A Course in Miracles continues. A Course in Miracles talking about the Bible here, quoting the Bible. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Does not mean that I am in any way separate or different from you except in time, and time does not really exist. Wow! A Course in Miracles. This is huge. Quoting the Bible here, quoting Jesus in the Bible, quoting himself. Jesus quoting himself in A Course in Miracles. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. That's the quote from the Bible. What he's saying is, what that does not mean, that quote does not mean that I'm in any way separate or different from you. Except how? In time. And time does not really exist. So what Jesus is saying is, I'm not different than you at all, except your horizontal experience in time and space. But I am not different than you. Wow, we are in the vertical. We are one. Right? Wow, that's powerful. This is huge. You exist vertically, one with God in that I am awareness, having a horizontal experience in time and space. The physical 3D reality is an experience of reality, but it's not reality with a capital R. It's an experience that you're having of that one reality of God, of source, of pure awareness, that horizontal experience, but it's not reality, it's an experience of reality. That's powerful, right? And then in Course in Miracles goes on, Jesus goes on saying, the statement is more meaningful in terms of a vertical, wow, rather than a horizontal access. Here Jesus talking about the vertical here in A Course in Miracles. That statement, that no man cometh unto the Father but by me, it is more meaningful in terms of the vertical rather than the horizontal access. Axis. Woo, I have tongue twisters today. It's more meaningful in terms of the vertical axis rather than the horizontal axis. Or in other words, it's more meaningful in terms of your vertical existence than your horizontal experience. Wow, that's powerful. Your I am awareness bridges the gap. This is what my client discovered, right? There's nothing between you and the Son of Man and God and your pure awareness. It bridges the gap. That's your I am awareness is the bridge, is the vertical between you and what you desire, your horizontal experience, and the source of it is your I am awareness. Do you see that? That's powerful. So let's continue with this. You stand below me. This is what Jesus says in A Course in Miracles, and we're going to unpack this idea. You stand below me, and I stand below God. You stand below me. I'm going to show this. This is such a powerful lesson today. You, in that physical experience, stand below me, that I am awareness. You, as the Son of Man, in that physical experience, stand below me, and I stand below God. In other words, I'm one with God. But that Father, that source, that pure awareness is greater than me, greater than I am, greater than everything. It's source, it's first cause of everything. That's powerful. And then he goes on, so you stand below me, and I stand below God. In the process of rising up, I'm higher because without me, the distance between God and man would be too great to encompass. Let's unpack this. When he says you stand below me and I stand below God, he's referring to the vertical, right? It's more on you can understand it in terms of the vertical. And then in the process of rising up, in the process, in other words, of imagining yourself and others in the world as your ideal or how you would like to see them, I am higher. In other words, I am the Son of God within you as the Son of Man is higher. The Son of God, I am higher, right? Wow. Or greater, right? Because without me, the distance between man and God would be too great to encompass. That's powerful. Wow. You see that? The distance would be too great between your source of who you are, that pure awareness, and your physical experience. That's why you have that awareness of being the gift as the Son of God, the Son of Man, being also the Son of God, being aware of who you are. There's nothing between you and everything you want. That's powerful. The Son of God expressing itself, knowing itself, being aware of itself through you and as you in the horizontal experience. That's why it says in 1 John 4:4, which I've brought up a few times over the last few videos, he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. That's what Jesus is saying in A Course in Miracles, right? I am higher because without me, the distance between God and man would be too great to fathom, right? It would be too great to understand. Greater is he that is in you. He who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. That's powerful. Jesus, the Son of Man, Jesus as the Son of God. Jesus Christ. That's you, the Jesus Christ within you, the Christ within you as the Son of Man is the bridge, because that distance would be way too much without that awareness of being. So what's in between you and everything you want? Your awareness of it. Wow! This was so big today. I'm getting chills talking about it. I hope you understand the magnitude of today's video, because it's bigger than big. And the struggle, and the manifesting struggle right now. This is the biggest reality creation video ever in my mind. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the ambassadors at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for liking and being part of our organization page on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, for being part of our TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, and for being part of our membership channel. If you're a member, thank you for joining. If you're not a member, check it out. There's a link below. We have a big live stream coming that's going to be broadcast exclusively on the membership channel this month, March 30th, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Coast Standard Time. I'm going to come to you live talking about some of the topics and questions that you're sending to us at info@besomethingwonderful.com. It's our third live stream of the year, our 12th live stream overall on the channel, and it's going to be broadcast exclusively on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. If you're a member, tune in. If you're not a member, check it out. There's a link below. Creators, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin in the studios here of Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas. Until next time, we'll see you soon.